As one of the new pieces, what's your sense for kind of where you guys are at in terms of getting the puzzle to all fit together, and how much different, better, whatever do you feel now having those two exhibitions under your belt?
Yeah, it's great. I feel like we've been able to mesh and we still have a lot of work to do. Two exhibition games were definitely a great help. I was lucky enough to where I could work hard, got here in the spring, put in a lot of work, and even the difference from the spring to now with all of our new pieces, it's really promising and super exciting, and we're ready to put it to work on Thursday.
Where do you guys feel like you still need to grow, obviously, heading into this week one, and where do you feel like you guys have things kind of figured out, at least where you want to at this current moment?
Yeah, totally. We've been working a ton on defending. We want to be just killers defensively. We want to be super hard to beat. That's one of our pillars. We always talk about how we can improve communication. Communication is key always, and that's definitely one piece that we can continue to pick up.
For you to transfer from the NAI, obviously, to the D1 level, just how much does this story kind of motivate you to see the confidence that, again, you can go from a lower tier to a higher tier? And what's kind of the adjustment process been like for you? Is it normal? Has it been a little bit of an adjustment period? What's been like?
Yeah, totally. I graduated early so I can get here in the spring. I'm super grateful I was able to get here in the spring. I had a lot of work to do. I was in that gym. I was working on it defensively. I'm battling out of the air. The jump was definitely a jump for real. But I also feel a lot of gratitude to be here. I've worked so hard the last 4 years. Like, I kind of did everything there is to do at the NAIA level. I won my natty. I won player of the year. This is kind of like the natural next step for me. And I'm like just grateful that the NCAA granted it for me. And I also feel a lot of responsibility, like, to kind of raise up like the image and whatever, like, of the NAIA. I know like all my teammates and everyone across the NAIA is watching me as a great example now that this rule is in place. So it's also like super motivating, like kind of having that 12th man behind me.
Yeah, regardless of the level, success is success.
Yeah, totally. Being a fifth-year player, having that experience, I won that national at the NAI level. Then I also won one in the UWS in a summer league. Having that experience coming in as a fifth year, even though the level might be a jump, I adjusted pretty quickly. I know a lot of the girls look to all the fifth and sixth years as a great example, and I'm really happy to be that for this team.
I mean, can you say, hey, I know what winning looks like. Here's the standard. If you ever feel like it's lagging or anything like
totally,
that.
Yeah.
And regardless of what level it was at, it resonates.
Yeah, absolutely.
With this being your first Division I game, what are you looking for out of yourself specifically? Especially, do you expect there to be sort of a learning curve between the NAIA and the first Division I game?
I think I kind of busted out of that learning curve in the spring. Coming here in the spring quarter, it definitely took me a couple weeks to really adjust. Like physicality, balls out of the air, speed of play were three like big adjustments. But I play every summer against Division I girls at home. Like I know my level. I could have gone Division I right out of high school. Like I know my stuff. Like I'm confident, and I'm just gonna bring that attitude to this team and to the game on Thursday.
Why did that make sense to go to that level initially, though? Then.
My mom played volleyball at Michigan State, so Big Ten has like always been my dream. I had a Big Ten offer coming out of high school, but I decided to go NAI to really focus on my degree. I studied fashion marketing. I've always been very artsy, and then Oregon also was a super natural academic fit as well. So I'm really proud of my journey to really like focus on academics and like really push and achieve great things athletically as well.
Can you speak more to your academic interest? Just what sparked that initially, and kind of what are the goals?
Yeah, totally. My mom is a graphic designer, and then my dad works in auto racing. And so she played volleyball at Michigan State. My dad ran at Northwood, both in Michigan. So big athletic family. My mom's always been super artsy. I've always been an artsy girl, like love drawing, love painting, like ask the girls. I brought my sketchbook on our little retreat to the coast. So I did fashion marketing at SCAD, where most of my projects were geared towards the athletics industry. Even though my program was really luxury based, that's not necessarily the sector of fashion I care that much about. And so I'm super excited to study sports product management here at UO to kind of get deeper into the sports and outdoor industry.
Natural question then. I mean, obviously the tie with Nike here. I mean,
absolutely.
Was that a factor in your thinking, and what do you hope maybe that could lead to?
Yeah, for sure. The Nike connection is huge. Definitely was a big selling point on coming here. Obviously, getting a job at Nike is a dream. So whether I play or like continue to like study academics after this, Oregon's going to grant me some great opportunities either way.
I was just wondering, what was the parent reaction when you decided to come to Oregon instead of maybe trying to get into Michigan State or head back to your home?
I don't know. My parents have been so supportive of me every step of the way. I'm an only child, and I'm so lucky to have just the most supportive parents in the universe. I know my dad maybe for a little bit was a little disappointed that I went NAIA right out of the gate. But after he saw like everything I accomplished and the amazing friends I made at my old school, I just an incredible experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world, and I'm just so excited to step into this new era as well here.
It does feel like, despite this group, just still trying to figure things out, some of the stories you told and what we've heard from some of the other girls, it does feel like a group that's already pretty connected, despite it still being very early, right, in a group being together. How have you guys been able to make those connections strong, and what sort of impact can that make early on in the season?
Oh, it's a huge game changer, even culturally from spring to now. I would say we've done a really good job of absorbing the new girls. We have like 9 freshmen, a lot of new girls, but then we also have like 9 5th and 6th years. So we've kind of taken over and really tried to like mesh that community. We've done like the coast trip was super awesome, spending a couple days with all the girls, getting to know everybody, and then kind of doing activities outside of training.
You talked about the confidence in your ability specifically, but at the end of that second scrimmage, Coach was talking about the confidence as a team level. Do you guys feel like your confidence as a whole is up there, ready for match one as a whole? Where do you feel the confidence level is in that locker room?
I feel like it's great. I feel like it's especially picked up this week. We had a super intense, awesome training session today, and it kind of really set the standard of where we need our intensity, confidence, all of it today. It's 100 degrees out. We just trained for 2 hours, but the energy was there the whole time, and that's the attitude we need for every single training and game from here on out.
Sydney, I want to ask about the NII level. There's a lot of great competition.
Absolutely.
I think that's something that gets glossed over.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk about what perspective that you think that you can bring to the team that would be unique, that could help you guys out throughout the rest of the season.
Ooh, that's so interesting. I think one difference from NAI to Division I is that NAI has a lot of great, amazing talent. I do think it gets super glossed over. Like there's a bunch of stories like mine out there. But I do think the discrepancy between like great teams and not so great teams is much wider than it is in Division I. And so I really learned that attitude for 4 years, to come in every game the same, like no matter who your opponent, rather if you're playing number 1 or if you're playing like 200, whatever, like even in our conference, there is a pretty big like team discrepancy. So coming into every game, all the same, like training week, no matter who you're training for, just keeping it all the same and keeping that attitude really high.